look at this chart. This is the lifespan of the average person. On average, we live about 80 years. If we're lucky, we start working at about 18, and we work, and retire at about 67. Now, what does this tell you? That for better or for worse, the majority of your life will be spent at work. Do not spend that time unhappy. Like my friend Jay. See, Jay would always say, when I finish school, then I'll be happy. Well, Jay finished school, but he wasn't happy. So then Jay said, when I get a job, then I'll be happy. Jay got a job, but he still wasn't happy. So Jay said, when I get married, settle down, and have kids, then I'll be happy. Well, he got married, settled down, had 2 kids, but still wasn't happy. So then Jay said, okay, when the kids leave home and I retire, then I'll be happy. Well, the kids left home and he retired, but he still wasn't happy. So Jay started going to church. And I asked Jay why he was going to church so much. And he said, because when I die, then I'll be happy. Jay's story, however sad, is not unique. I could have replaced Jay with Johnny or Bonnie. In fact, Jay's initials stand for just about everybody. Many of us are like Jay, but it is not our fault. We have been tricked to stay stuck in jobs that are literally making us sick and to be and then people. You know about the and then people, right? It's people who constantly say, and then I'll be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, we must go from living as and thens to becoming right nows. We have to be happy right now. How? We must either find a job we love or bring more love into our jobs. It is time to step out of the rat race. Cause the funny thing is, even if you win, make a load of money, hold up the trophy that everybody hails, you're still a furry rodent with a pointy nose and long tail. Wake up. Stop playing with your life. This ain't a video game. This ain't Mario Kart. This ain't Fortnite. There is no try again button, no option to redo this level. When the game's over, game's over. You think you have time. Stop wasting your life.
Hello student, how are you? I know that most of you are very disappointed because you cannot come back to school. The reason why you can't come back is because KK is still not free from COVID-19. We don't want to put your life to the risk. Your safety is our priority. So do continue to pray that we can meet each other again very soon. Your supervisors reported to me that many of you didn't meet your term goal. You were unable to discipline yourself to learn from home, even when your parents were around. How could that be? This is a serious matter. You are playing with your future, you know. Students, please take your future seriously. Learning from home is an opportunity and is a test to see how independent you are. You cannot forever rely on the supervisors or your parents to force you to learn. You will grow up and you will leave Asa and your parents one day. So you must start training yourself how to learn on your own, how to discipline yourself, to wake up early, to make your own bed, to cook your own meal, and to wash your own clothes. These are the basic in your life. If you are unable to do that, that means you are still cannot take care of yourself. So during this RMCO, I hope you will make time to pick up or to equip yourself with this basic skill. Start from making your bed. Start from completing your goal. I would like to use Ecclesiastes chapter 3 to help you to pull up your socks. Our life is short and there is a time for everything. You will never know when you or the people around you will be gone. Just like before COVID-19, we thought that we could go back to school as usual and we just take things lightly until the pandemic hit us. And now everybody hope that time can be reversed. Life can be back to normal. But what has passed is past. We cannot go back. However, we can look to the future.
Ecclesiastes 3. There is a right time for everything. Everything on earth has its special season. There is a time to be born and a time to die. There is a time to plant and a time to pull up plants. There is a time to kill and a time to heal. There is a time to destroy and a time to build. There is a time to cry and a time to laugh. There is a time to be sad and a time to dance. There is a time to throw away stones and a time to gather them. There is a time to hug and a time not to hug. There is a time to look for something and a time to stop looking for it. There is a time to keep things and a time to throw things away. There is a time to tear apart and a time to sew together. There is a time to be silent and a time to speak. There is a time to love and a time to hate. There is a time for war and a time for peace.
Time is set by God. Our God is sovereign. He controls His world.
Does a person really gain anything from his work? I saw the hard work God has given us to do. God has also given us a desire to know the future. God certainly does everything at just the right time. But we can never completely understand what He is doing. So I realized that the best thing for people is to be happy. They should enjoy themselves as long as they live. God wants everyone to eat and drink and be happy in His work. These are gifts from God. I know anything God does will continue forever. People cannot add anything to what God has done. And they cannot take anything away from it. God does it this way to cause people to honor Him. What happens now has also happened in the past. Things that will happen in the future have also happened before. God makes the same things happen again and again.
Some of you might ask why God allowed bad things to happen, like COVID-19. Well, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 gave us one of the reasons. Let's continue to read.
I also saw this here on earth. Where there should have been justice, there was evil. Where there should have been fairness, there was wickedness. I certainly believe that God has planned a time for everything and every action. He will judge both good people and bad people. But I decided that God leaves it the way it is to test people. He wants to show them they are just like animals. The same thing happens to animals and to people. They both have the same breath. So they both die. People are no better off than the animals. The lives of both are soon gone. Both end up the same way. Both came from dust. And both will go back to dust. Who can be sure that the spirit of man goes up to God? Or who can be sure that the spirit of an animal goes down into the ground? So I saw the best thing a person can do is to enjoy his work. That is all he has. No one can help a person see what will happen in the future.
So verse 18 told us that God leaves it the way it is to test His people. So every challenges or every difficulties or problems in life is a test from God. How should you face your future, students? Do you know? Verse 22. The best thing a man can do is to enjoy his work. God wants us to enjoy our work. So what is your work as a student? Learning. Learning is your work now as a student. You should learn as much as you can. There will be a time when this knowledge and skills that you learn will help you in your future. So, learn to enjoy your work. Do not complain, do not be lazy, and do not take things for granted, because you would not know whether you still have chance to learn tomorrow. So student, may I encourage you to learn, to give your best in your learning. Enjoy your learning today. May God bless you. We'll see you again next Monday.